What's up? Hello, Mastermind family. My name is Devin, and thank you for tuning into my channel, Devin's Mastermind. But now I wanted to tell you a story about my favorite person, Brett, and I got a paper right here. Brett was the greatest man you could ever have by your side. He was there for the good of me and the not so good. He was my rock, my brother, my mentor. He understood me even when nobody else did. He was there for so many people. I mean, he was just there for everybody. I almost felt like the whole world. He knew, celebrities. He would be like, I met this celebrity, I met Ludacris, or I met DMX, or I met Carmelo Anthony, and he would tell me about that in my videos, that we were made or whatever, and you can catch those on episode 22 and 24. But he would tell that about that he knew this person or knew that person. And then of course me and my mother would be like, in a sense, like, we're so jealous of you, Brett, because in a sense you just one of the ones. You rocked everybody's world, Brett. You were like a brother, a mentor, and a father, and so many other things to me, Brett, that that were good, positive things. Brett, I love you, man. I miss you, but just know, Brett, it's not the same without you. I mean, you made life so much fun and worth living. You definitely made the world a better place. I miss you so much, King. You were my holy Moses. You were my favorite bald-headed man. You were my big brother. And I wish I could have celebrated your 6th, 7th birthday or whatever. That would have been so legendary. But Brett, you touched so many hearts of so many people. I love you, man. Like I said, you were just a king and a walking angel. You were the greatest angel anybody could ever ask for, man. And Brett, I just want to let you know, man, I was so lucky to have you in my life for the little 6 years. Now I wish it could have been more, but unfortunately, I know like everybody says, you just had to go home to the Lord, and the Lord, is taking care of you, and your family or whatever. And just know, Brett, I will always, I hope I will always be there right by your side. You had such a great confidence in your whatever about yourself. You just, you could talk to anybody, be social with anybody. And to be honest with you, Brett, I tried to mimic you in a lot of ways, in a lot of ways, like in the sense I tried, to have confidence, talk to women, talk about sports, talk about, anything, somebody, just be there for somebody if they needed, if they really needed it, Brett. Brett, you taught me so much in this world. You taught me how to be a man and how to be a strong man, and not be a wimp. You are always one of the ones. You never sugarcoated nothing. You were always like true to form, like you were going to say, like, in a sense, Devin, why did you do that dumb butt crap or whatever? You would say stuff like that, and I'll be like, Brett, I'm just dealing, with a lot right now, but you were always right there by my side, man. And man, I miss you, and I will never forget the time where you said I should fart in a gas tank or whatever, because then that would create a lot of gasoline. Because me and you used to fart so much when we were doing machines, in X3 Sports, we would do these machines, and you would go like, with your tongue out, whatever, in the sense, just in a sense, trying to make people laugh, be there in a sense, I wish in a sense, I could have been the strong man you were, like went to wrestling in college, and in a sense, I wish I could have been strong, I wish I could have been half the man, or just all the man that you were, man. Like I said, you were you were the body locks, the greatest body locks of all time. Brett, you were my world, man. You rocked everybody's world, you just was a legend, and it's sad that you were gone too soon. Like I said, you told me sorry, not sorry. You told me, Casanova, that I was a Casanova, because since I love, making women feel good, but I got that mostly, from you. Of course, my grandpa too, but I got that mostly from you. And you were just, there for everybody. You were a mentor, to everybody. And Brett, and like I said, and I know I say this a lot, but like I said, I was so lucky, man, to have you in my life. And like I said, you know, sometimes you're in this world, you know, it's not the same without you. You know, I wish I could even have, you know, more time with you, because I would have gave you the world. And if I hit it big, I would have gave you, you know, every penny I had, man. Because in a sense, you know, I even said, you know, I owed you my life. And, you know, I just miss you, man. But just know, Brett, I will definitely carry on your legacy. And I'll be all right, man. Hopefully, I will be all right. And just know I love you. So, y'all, this is a tribute to my friend Brett. Either way, I wanted to, you know, to let you know, like, comment, subscribe, you know, tell your friends about my channel. And hopefully, in a sense, I can get more, you know, subscribers. And hopefully, you know, I can live for Brett, you know, and just, you know, be the great man he was. But either way, that's it. That's all for today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for tuning to my channel, and goodbye.